You are for yes, but because you think you can't get yes, it should be deferred, abandoned.
You'll be surprised that this is one issue that I have been consistently challenged on. A very personal view, and I'm being very honest with you. And if you permit me, I would want to go a little bit back. I wouldn't be protracted in terms of the delivery there. Prior to 2000...
I have to get back to Yao to do his substantive, and I've not actually allowed him.
No, you shouldn't have started.
Yeah. You go ahead.
From there. You should have asked me to start from there.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Because that kind of thing. But I'll tell you something. From 1998 up to 2000, I was part of those who advocated for MMDCs to be elected by universal adult suffrage, as well as on partisan grounds. Indeed, most of the political parties, maybe with the exception of the NDC, captured some of those things in their manifestos. The NPP 1996 manifesto was there, 2000 it was there, 2008 it was there, even more explicit. Now I've noticed something quite interesting with the 2016 one. If I'm wrong, y'all can correct me. The 2016 NPP manifesto, I thought I saw only them pointing to universal adult suffrage as the basis for electing MMDCs.
All of them committed to election, but they never said it will be partisan.
Yes.
And they never said it will not be partisan.
Yes.
I think that how else? Exactly.
But the point, the significant point I'm making is that the previous manifestos, they were sharp on it. They were categorical. They just didn't talk about elections, but said elections on partisan basis. It appears 2016 they omitted. Maybe it was inadvertent. I'm not too sure. But whatever it is.
Certainly it's not inadvertent.
Yes, but here we are now.
It was thought through.
Yeah, but here we are now. We are discussing the two together. The universal adult suffrage, that is
partisanship,
the 2431, as well as the 53.3, which is partisanship. So they are together. That's why I'm making the point I'm making. I have traveled a certain journey. Until recently, I was for no. And I was for no because I was looking at the Security and Intelligence Act in terms of our architecture. And I was worried that if we were to elect these DCs, MMDCs, and they were chairpersons of those subsidiary DISEC and things, it could create some problems. Until some member of parliament called my attention to the fact that there are consequential amendments which would capture the Security and Intelligence Act, and those paragraphs or portions will be subject to amendment.
Okay, so that for clarity, the MMDCs, if we get to make them partisan, will no longer be the heads of the security.
That's the drift I was giving.
Committees.
They may be members, but they may not be chairpersons.
Okay.
And I even told the person that, well, that's something I hadn't thought of. Would I thought I should have adverted my mind to.
Okay. Because it doesn't work to have, say, an NDC district DCE to be the chair, because they have to report to the president.
Yes, and then the Regional Security Council, District Security Council, then the National Security Council.
Okay.
So those arguments came in, and I realized that, well, I hadn't done a deeper thinking on the issue. So I decided that, well, if those amendments will be done, in any case, those people will still be members of the security committees. So if you are talking of total confidentiality, you may not have taken away the regs or threat entirely. Okay, but I was prepared to drift forward.
So senior police officers will take over.
Exactly, man. That's what I was told.
Okay.
That kind of structure.
And we are looking to guarantee that the senior police officers will not have party loyalties.
Well, but we know some of them have, but we can't do anything about that immediately, unless they show their character.
That defeats the argument.
No, wait. Unless they show their conduct, but in their conduct and actions, that they are being partisan. After all, the civil servants who tell you they don't vote or they don't have party affiliations. And I'm not going for the illusion. I'm just staying realistic. And I'm saying that unless your conduct and actions betray that code of service, then nobody can touch you because they suspect you are party A or party B. You can't use suspicion as a basis to take action against anybody.
Right.
So I myself have been inconsistent relative to this challenging proposition. And
so you have come from a no to yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And now, because of some of the issues that you've raised here, the breach, in my candid opinion, of faith on the part of the NDC, and other things happen. Look at even the National House of Chiefs and the things going on there. I know it may be too late to defer this whole project. When I say the project, I mean the two sides put in one, both 2431 and at 53.3.
We don't
55.
We don't need to touch 55.3, really.
Well, that's your
How do you
opinion,
say?
and that's
Different realities is what
please,
you tell us.
You are entitled to that.
Yes.
What happened in Parliament showed that both sides of the divide had decided that this should be seen as an integrative proposition. And you just said that Aruna Edrusu said something different. Let me quote what he said in the Hansard for you. This is Aruna Edrusu. This is July 29th, 2019.
Right.
It starts from column 1519. It says, if you come to Article 55.3, it is not for nothing that the Constitution provides two walkways. If you are amending an entrenched provision, go to the people through a referendum. The referendum question has not been decided, so the question we would pose is, assuming you go to the referendum and it fails, what happens to this amendment that you are carrying out? Because sovereignty resides in the people. The people may decide otherwise, and you cannot determine it. So the support of those of us on this side of the house is conditional to the fact that the DCEs should be elected, but they should be elected on partisan lines. That's the minority leader.
Okay.
Then he goes on to talk about the fact that parties are already involved and says, Mr. Speaker, the pretense must end. All of us here know that clandestinely, political parties support district assembly elections in Ghana. It is provided in the Constitutional Review Report, and I can read portions of it, which I think you were alluding to.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Speaker, two principles amend the Constitution. Allow for popular election of DCEs, but do it on the principles of partisanship. We would support that. Without that, it may be difficult to support it.
Right.
Mahama Yarega said virtually the
Almost
same thing.
all of them. With the exception of Inus Afuseni.
But that was then.
No, ABA Fuseni.
That was then.
That was Inus Afuseni.
That was then. We are discussing what the party's current position is.
Yes, Kwaku.
And my brother.
So your point is,
I have enough.
your point is that
no, I'm coming.
if the party changes their view,
they
they whip their
are entitled
parliamentarians
to change their view, but the review, if it is review, comes with a certain deficit: sincerity, honesty. Deficit.
But everybody changes their mind all the time. I watched you on Good Morning Ghana the last time. You said
but
you were
just told you
were
I've
not
changed my
comfortable
mind
with the reform.
times.
Yes, so then so it's not about credibility.
I'm not.
Every human being and every institution, depending on what information is available to you at any given point,
I haven't
is entitled to change his mind.
please.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay, but that's okay.
So quickly.
See, I'm talking here of a major political party.
That shouldn't make
That
mistake
I said.
and amend.
Go
right ahead. Go right ahead.
No, but he's canvassing the other side of the argument to you, that some say this is rather being sincere and credible and going with the people. If we have discovered that the people somewhat overwhelmingly don't want this, we should rather do what the people want.
We are here. Sooner than later, we'll be tackling an issue, and I will checkmate them on this consistency principle.
No problem.
Okay.
But I want to be allowed to do my submission.
Right. Quickly.
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
I said the insincerity, the dishonesty that has informed the NDC's review gets my vote. Same thing is happening even on the level of National House of Chiefs. We don't see what is going on there.
There's one chief, Osajifo Yaojebi, who says that the statement as issued was not endorsed. Should we take his word, or we should take the statement signed by the president and the vice?
The controversy itself is demeaning and undermines the integrity of that whole institution.
But in the meantime, what should we go with?
I don't know what to go with. It just tells me, no, let me tell you honestly, because I haven't done the checks to find out, because they have a secretariat. They have procedures they follow. If I want to do a determination, I would want to do a proper checks on those things and not sit here and say what I feel like.
We have had many times when in Parliament, at the committee level and things, they agree on things, and then some of them come here to talk to us, we show them what the document is and tell them that they must stick to the
official.
official.
The answer direct to you
credible.
it's a document, a very important document.
That's
this
not
is
in doubt.
House of Records.
That's not in doubt.
I have not heard the minority leader or any of them talking. Indeed, the party leadership that met, some of them were on your station and other stations, actually did not even know that their own parliamentary wing had committed them to this, showing that the party itself had not constructively engaged each other. That's the point I'm making. Okay. That's a big party. And we shouldn't just gloss over it. But the point I'm making, let me tell you something. The explanations, the reasons that come as to why we shouldn't allow party politics or multi-partyism at the local level, based on the PNDC structure that we got in 1988, 87, 88, it worries me. There's a certain phobia. They've turned party politics into a phobia. There's an attack on multipartyism and party politics. And that's what actually led to the PNDC adopting the structure. I'm sure you know about this book, the Blue Book. Read it, find out the reasons that were given. At that point in time, many of us who were part of the Democratic campaign opposed them. The same arguments were made by the Unigov proponents. Same arguments were made, interestingly, by even the one-party proponents. Okay? Except that they had a party in there.
Who were those against Unigov?
Unigov, I was one of them.
Yeah.
The Ghana Bar Association, the NUCS, National Union of Ghana Students, the Professional Bodies Association, and many other groups.
Okay.
The chiefs were for Unigov, mainly, because they said Unigov was going to bring the traditional governance system into being.
So it's not surprising that they will take a decision to support.
But I said, you see,
support,
what worries
to support
me,
a no vote.
What worries me is that we have a recycle of that anti-party, anti-multipartyism argument as the basis for retaining what had been put in there.
Okay.
And we are told that multipartyism has virtually destroyed the top. And I'm sure you know what I mean by the top.
Yeah.
The superstructure, the political superstructure.
Yeah.
See, I find it so difficult. If other convincing reasons could be brought on bear, perhaps they can get me to shift. But when this recycled anti-party, anti-multipartyism arguments is brought to bear, something we rejected. Otherwise, there's no need to have this multipartyism at the top. We might as well go back for Unigov, for a no-party system.
When the commission went through the process, these are some of the things they said. They said that the commission, however, observes that where local elections are held on partisan basis, nomination rules determined and deployed by national parties can serve as impediments to accountability. It also weakens local government systems.
It's not anti-multi-party at all.
The commission observes that as a result of corruption in Ghana's body politic, partisan politics in local elections may lead to the erosion of popular support for local assembly. The commission observes with concern that in jurisdictions where political parties play a role in the elections at the local level, without clear rules that stipulate the inclusion of certain disadvantaged or minority segments of society, the system may easily engender dominance by majority groups, more powerful social groups, and persons who have enough money to spread around for the purposes of attracting votes. There's a lot more they had to say as he had sought to lead us through first.
And what did the government white paper say?
The government white paper said, look, let's jettison the MMDCs coming on this way. Let's rather have the president nominate 5 and present them to the people to vote on them.
But I'm saying, are you telling me that the monetization, the threat of monetization, or the threat of corruption of the political superstructure is not already in the lower structure? Is that what you are telling me?
Okay, so hold on briefly now.
It's an illusion.
Let's